All right, peace. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving honor and praise to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov. Giving double honors to 7130 South Chicago that taught me this truth. And giving double honors to all the brothers and sisters that the Creator has awoken in these last days. With that being said, peace and shalom. All right, brothers and sisters, I want to go over current events, things that I had looked at over the news today. I'm going to read the article. It says, Manhunt underway after 8 killed, 1 injured in shooting around Joliet, Will County. It says, an investigation and manhunt are underway Monday after 7 people were found dead in 2 homes in Joliet in a random homicide and shooting the day before in Will County. It says the investigation comes only a day after a man was killed and another was injured in what Will County deputies are calling a random shooting in Joliet Township and the city of Joliet. It says authorities say the 7 people were found shot to death around noon Monday inside 2 homes in 2200 block of West Acres Road in Joliet. It says 5 people were found dead in 1 home and 2 people were found dead in another. Police say the people found dead in both homes are all related to each other. It says one of the homes in the last known address for the suspect, Romeo Nance, 23, though it is not clear if he is related to the victims. Officers are searching for Nance in connection with Monday's shooting. Nance is also a suspect in Sunday random homicide and shooting Joliet Township, authorities said. It says, according to the authorities, Nance is believed to be driving a red Toyota Camry with license plate number Q730412. It says Will County Sheriff's deputies have been keeping an eye on Nan's house overnight because his car was allegedly spotted at each of the shooting scenes on Sunday. When he never came home, deputies grew suspicious and started knocking on the door. It says Joliet Police Department officers are investigating after several people were found dead inside 2 homes on Monday, January 22nd, 2024. It says in the 2200 block of West Acres Road, police said suspect should be considered armed and dangerous. After approaching the home just before noon, authorities discovered blood and went inside. That is, when they found the victims. It says authorities say motive is currently unclear and officers were unable to provide additional details citing the ongoing investigation. It says according to Joliet Police, Nance stands 6'2" and weighs 160 pounds. It says police say Nance should be considered armed and dangerous and ask anyone with information about Nance and the vehicle to call police. It says Will County deputies were called around 4:30 p.m. Sunday to an apartment complex off Pheasant Run Road, where they found a man bleeding from the head from the apparent gunshot wound. He later died. It says the victims were later identified as Toyoshi Bakare, if I'm pronouncing it right, 28, who was originally from Nigeria and had been living in the U.S. for about 3 years. According to deputies, about 10 minutes before the fatal shooting, 42-year-old man was shot in the leg, 200 block of Davis Street, sustained non-life-threatening injuries. It says, our hearts go out to the victim's family of this heinous crime. We will do anything in our power here at the Joliet Police Department to bring the person responsible for to justice. It says, Joliet Police Department, Chief Bill Evans said, I've been a policeman 29 years. So I'm going to leave it at there. I was just kind of reading the article, and as you can see, here's the thing about this situation, what's going on, is that when the king is sick, the people are sick. And see, that's pretty much what it is about this system that we live in. Because the system that we live in, which is America, right? And America is a part of, quote unquote, the European Common Market System. And the European Common Market System is nothing but the revitalization of the Roman Empire. And when we looking at this situation with this young man allegedly killing these 8 people and wounding 1, he's a byproduct of the way that the system has basically destroyed humanity in a sense. See? And when we see this, we see that there's no care for human life. See? Because those 8 people, in my opinion, this is just me, that got killed, right, in that house, it's either 2 things. Either he came there to invade somebody else's house and rob these individuals, and this is like a robbery that probably went bad, or they all know each other and something happened where this guy ended up killing these 8 people and wounding 1. So we would never really hear, we won't know exactly what's going on until all the facts come out of the situation that's happening. But one thing that we do know is that the system that we live in came on the scene through what? Rape, murder, robbery, and injustice. And what's going on is that the people that's living in the system, we have taken on the spirit of the system. And as a result, we're manifesting the spirit of the system that came on the scene and destroyed the inhabitants that was already living here. But see, in these last days, what's going on is that the heart of people is waxing cold. See, because you can't be playing with a full deck if you pull your gun out and you just shoot 8 people. See, and they said that this situation that he was doing, see, he went to different houses and things of this nature. And see, this is probably not the first time that he has hurt somebody in this way. See? So, let me look at a couple of scriptures, right? We're going to be reading from the book of 2nd Ezra and the Apocrypha, right? So, let's look at something. Let's look at the 15th chapter. We're going to look at a couple of precepts from 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. One precept I'm going to look at is at the 4th verse. It says, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness." It says, "Behold, saith Yah, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famines, and death, and destruction." And see, this is what we seeing. See, it's because when we look at a lot of these different killings, whether they're in Joliet, whether they uh, directly in Chicago, 50 states. See, it's chaos and confusion around the country. See, and it ain't just in America, it's all over the world. See, because the world has taken on the spirit of the adversary. We see a lot of people, we try to say, quote unquote, the so-called white man is the devil. But see, the devil don't have a color because the devil is a spirit. And the devil can get in anybody. So if the devil's job is to do what? Is to walk around and trying to destroy individuals, he gonna get into the mindset of the people. So when we see this young man, his last name is Nance, right? That's how you know that he's under the influence of the adversary. See, it's because of his character and his nature. Because he took his gun out and he executed 8 people and 1 person survived. See, ain't nobody doing that except a person that done came under the influence of the adversary. So let's continue with the read. It says, the 5th verse, it says, "Behold, saith Yah, I will bring plagues upon the world." And that's what we looking at. It ain't just in America, it's all over. See, it's because what it is that we're doing is, instead of following the Creator, we're following the adversary. And this is one of the characteristics of a person that has been under what? Demonic influence. See, he don't care about human life. See, he don't have a problem with taking another person's life. See? So it says, the sword, famines, and death and destruction. And this is what we living in today. See, really, America is under divine judgment. It's because America has brought on the scene what you would call the seeds of destruction. See, we talk about trying to stop gun violence, but they're the ones that's making guns, per se, right? How you gonna get rid of gun violence and you create guns? See, these kids are getting a hold to these guns, and they're already not stable in their head. And the next thing you know, they carrying out what you would call acts of what? Terrorism amongst the people. So it says, the 12th verse, 15th chapter, book of 2nd Ezra, the 12th verse. It says, "Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with plagues and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it." See, these people sitting up here talking about, and this is a tragic situation that these folks had to endure something like this. But this is how it looks when the society and the social order is under divine judgment. It's because anything that is set up is not going to be able to stand. See, it's not going to be able to stand. And see, these folks, a lot of us have taken on the spirit and the characteristic of, quote unquote, the spirit of the American system. See, it's because that's how they came on the scene. They came on the scene through bloodshed and destruction. And this system and this world, right, the Euro-Gentile world power system is going to go out in destruction. That's why I said that Egypt shall mourn. Is because, see, we in modern day Egypt, brothers and sisters. We in modern day Egypt. And the people are mourning. There's no wisdom in the country anymore. See, because the people are mourning. And what way are they mourning? See, they going out here and they committing acts of terror amongst people. So it says, in Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with plagues and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. It says that they till the ground. It says, they that till the ground shall mourn. And who, when it's talking about what? These are builders, farmers. See, a husbandman in the Bible, when you look it up, the word husbandman means what? He's a builder. So anything that these folks that they build upon the earth is going to be what? It's going to be broken down. And see, this brother here, see, he don't know who he is as a person. So he's a victim of what? Of the slave system's version of historical and religious reality. So it says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and the punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting. So, when America is talking about democracy and all this type of stuff, no, brothers and sisters, that stuff is not going to be able to. It's not going to continue to sprout out in the earth. Is because why? It's built upon a false balance. See, the nations around the world, they bought into that for a time in the season. But now they start not to buy into it because it's built upon a false balance. Look at this young man. He killed 8 people. It's because he too have taken on the spirit of the American system. So it says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another. So when you're fighting against your brothers and sisters, see, there's no what? There's no humanity amongst people. And that's what's finna go. That's what's finna happen with this country. It's because on the shores of America, we're gonna see another quote-unquote civil war. We're already dealing with it right now, and it's just basically from a political standpoint of view. But the Democrats and the Republicans is nothing but the North and the South. See? So we're still fighting the Civil War. But the Civil War is being fought at the ballot table. Right? And who what was the Civil War fought for in the first place? It was fought for the control over the slaves. See? So America, the system, is under judgment. See, there's no love and kindness amongst the American people today. See, we all supposed to be family if we're Americans. But now what are we doing? We killing one another over nothing. And these are the people that's going to be destroyed in the next coming war that's going to take root on this stage. It's because the Democrats and the Republicans, they gonna drop these ballots and they're gonna pick up what? They're gonna pick up their arms again. It says Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. What is woe? Destruction. This is what's coming to the people. And if we don't repent and return back to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we're going to be caught up in this mess. See, this young man that went up in there and killed those people, see, he caught up in the system. See, he's still in the matrix. See, his reality, or the Twilight Zone, is that what? He was a gangster. See, this is the reality that he's living in. But he don't even know who he is. And as a result of this, see, when they catch up with him, if they don't kill him or he don't kill himself, see, he's probably gonna spend the rest of his life in prison. See, not really understanding who he is from the nationalistic standpoint of view. It says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight another, and swords in their hand. For there should be sedition among men, saying one to another, they shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able to." It says, "and not shall be able." And see, this is what's coming to this country, man. This is why you seeing a lot of these different mass killings and things of this nature, because see, that the heart of the people has waxed gross, man. They got a dark heart. There's no love and kindness in America no more. See, it's because America is what? America is built upon fraud, y'all. And the Creator is coming to do what? To expose the system. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, peace, shalom.